So, you know what? I hit record already. So why
Mhm.
don't we jump into this?
Yeah.
Um, where are you at? What do you have? Anything up front that you want to talk about?
No, I did some recording with a different camera.
Okay,
I think I was a little brighter. The frame was a little better. I was clippier. So I think that's good.
cool.
Um, yeah. Other than that, nothing specific. Just kind of going with the flow.
Okay. Did you want to send that to me?
Yeah. Let me email it to you.
Cool. I can look it over and uh, see if there's some editing magic that can be done to make it look super cool
Sure.
for you.
Let's do it.
Because we do want to get that up sometime. I'm saying this week if we can.
Okay.
Did you see the? Actually, I should say this. Between this week and next week, we want to get that up.
Okay.
Okay. Did you see the artist that I sent you?
Yeah. Really cool.
Yeah. So I was writing back and forth with Julio
Uh huh.
from Gorilla, and he kept saying, "Oh, I think I have somebody." I thought he was going to submit something because
Oh,
he's good, and I mean, and like there are some really interesting artists that I'm friends with on there that I was thinking, "Oh, he's gonna put in the word," and then he sent me her, who I don't know,
Lisa.
Lisa,
Mhm.
and he said, I think this is your artist.
Mm.
And he said that she could do all sorts of things, but he said, this is just like some paintings that she did that I have a picture of. And I looked at the paintings and immediately went, if nothing else, that paint style would work beautifully. It would be unique.
Mhm.
She's really talented. So she wrote me on Friday
Okay.
and was going to send me a portfolio. And then that was also part of my week. My emails stopped working.
Oh,
Like this one, the one that I use here, the podcast props, there's one called Southgate Small Business. There's one for Graphic Tales, and there's one for Pod Life. I would send emails, bounce back. People try to send me emails, bounce back.
hmm.
It was the oddest thing. I didn't change a setting, and it wouldn't be just one place. You'd have to go into 4 emails, 5 emails to change settings. They were all working that way.
Yeah.
So I went in, I reestablished everything, but I think she may have sent it during that downtime. So I wrote to Lisa this morning. She was really nice. She was like, "Oh, this is really cool. I would love to pitch for this." Uh, I sent them that picture of Maurice Sendak
Mhm.
and said, "Is there anyone that can do anything like this?" And she thought this looked great. So I have a feeling she got inspired, but I did not get her portfolio. So as soon as I do, I'm going to be out of it. Okay.
Okay.
As soon as I get it, I'm going to send you, I'm going to forward you the email
Mhm.
with an introduction to the two of you. That way you can look at it, talk to her, see if she's the right person, see if her price is right, see what you feel about that.
Right.
But my feeling, I got a warm, fuzzy feeling when I looked at those pictures. I went, yeah, she is talented. She could probably do just about anything we want, and artistic.
Yeah.
That's also key.
Yeah.
So, okay. And you didn't hear from anybody else, right?
Negative.
Okay, cool. Well, we have a very solid bead on somebody now, I would say.
Okay. Great.
Let me see if I'm going to pull up the Gmail that she would have been sending that to just to see if it came in this morning. It did not. Okay. But I did get another thing saying that I signed up for Norton Utilities. I did not.
Okay.
I get like 5 of those a day, and they're all different addresses. So gotta love that spam. So artist, we can put a half check on. At
Mhm.
least we've got contact and we've got a good lead on somebody. The other people I talked to, people were really like interested, but none of them said, "Yeah, I can do that."
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
This one said, "Yeah, I can do that." Editing. I talked to Maeve about it,
Mhm.
and we have an interesting idea. So I did a lot of research on it, like what are the going rates for it, and I don't know if you did any of that, but they're kind of all over the board.
Mhm.
What people do for the rates is kind of all over the board. How they tier them. What you need is there is basic copywriting. There is what are the terms they use? I spent some time researching this, so I got them. Copy editor, development editor, heavy editor. You don't need a developmental editor. You don't actually need those.
Mhm.
Developmental editor, you're already developed. You've got a book. Okay. You don't need substantive editing either. You have proofreading, you have copywriting editing that you need done. Since your stuff is not in normal pages, because a lot of people charge by the page, I went, yeah, if you've got a paragraph, that's not a page. If we put them on a page, it still doesn't tell the right story because you'd have to format it to find out what per page is. Your book may be 250 pages. You don't want to pay a rate based on that. You want to pay it based per word. So when I did that, I found kind of the going rate on words, averaged out what you had, and then maybe had a really good suggestion. Because I'm assuming I'm going to do the formatting, putting the book into the format for you, because that's not something you've done. That is involved in editing. So we actually came up with a quote that combines the two things that makes it a lot less expensive for you, but it gets you exactly where you want to be. So for normal editing, if you were to hire somebody, outsource somebody for this project, the price I was coming up with is about $450. Okay. We're calling it a flat 500.
Okay.
500, and that includes me formatting it, which normally I would charge like $300 to format a book. But I'm not doing that because I figure if you're hiring Maeve for this, she's going to be working directly with me. So she'll edit, get approval from you. It goes right from me right into the format. So we don't have all that middleman stuff. $500 flat fee.
Yeah.
So if you want to do that, I'll get her on it.
Let's do that.
Oh, okay. She can do it. She can start it next week.
Sure. Great.
That way we can get the book right on track with everything. You need to send me all of the editing.
Yep.
You sent me one of the three.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, I don't know how you want to work payment. You can either pay for it flat out. What some people do for editing is they pay like half as a retainer, half when it's done. It's whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah, I'll pay the full thing.
Okay. And we will make that happen. It's perfect timing. She started class. So the first half of class is 4 weeks, right? And they have to do 4 quizzes or 8 quizzes, 4 tests. And then the second half, 8 quizzes, 4 tests. She's a week into it. She's already completed 3 of the tests. And I think she's working and 6 of the quizzes. I think she just completed a quiz. She's going to have the first 4 done in a week, like in 8 days. So then she doesn't do anything until July. So she's like, we got to edit our book. If Eric wants editing, now is the time. So that's why we're where we're at. Perfect timing.
Sounds great.
Cool. Okay. I think that's the business part of things. And no, she did not write. I just checked again. Let's go to I'm going to stand still on creating your artwork stuff until we get an artist lockdown.
I'm trying to attach this compressed file. It's really struggling to link here, but I'll figure it out.
Of your book?
Of the video I recorded.
Oh, of the video. You know what? Do it in Google Drive. That's the best way to do it. Either that or I can give you my Dropbox.
I don't know how to do either of those per se. I think I've done it before with Google Drive.
If you send it as a Gmail, you'll get a notice that says this file is bigger than 25 whatever. And it will say sending a link to Google Drive. Or you can go to your Google Drive, upload it there, and then it says share, and you share it directly with me.
Okay. Google Drive. Okay. So I click new in Google Drive. Let's see. How do I
hit new.
Okay.
Hit new. And then you can just drop the file in there.
File upload. Okay. Updated Kickstarter video. Okay. I'll tell you, yeah, technology and me. All right. Yeah. So it looks like it's uploading. I'll send you that link.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. I'll look at it and maybe I'll play with it a little bit to make it sound pretty and everything. So you'll go like, oh, wow, done. Um,
Cool.
yeah, because I would love to get that video. If we could get the video on there, and we can still take the stuff that I started to create, that cover, and put, in progress or something, not final cover.
Sure.
At least we can start that process. If we could actually have everything in place by next week and then start promoting the Kickstarter. We might even be able to start that Kickstarter promotion by Friday. Let me look at my calendar. I want to see where we're at in the month. Halfway through. And our goal is to get the book out like around the 1st, right, of August.
Yeah, that's fine. Ballpark, that's fine for me.
Okay.
I gotta, originally this was about like getting it launched by ShyCon.
Which
got
is
an
when?
email. Let me look. I got an email. They still haven't finalized. Oh, it's August 31st.
Okay.
They still haven't finalized who their hosts are. They said I'm still in contention. Still in the
Okay.
running, so to speak. But yeah.
Hmm.
So anyway,
you still want it done by then, because they've been in communication with me about me running a podcaster meetup.
Okay.
Where I would be able to have books and things there.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So we could have promotion there, if nothing else. But yeah, the goal is August 1st, just because of printing and everything. That
Sounds
way
good.
we have time to get. August 1st doesn't mean it's printed and in our hands. August 1st means it's done, it's submitted, and by the 15th or whatever, you have books in hand.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, that works.
So I think this keeps us on track. We can, if we launch, how about this? If we launch the Kickstarter like around July 1st, and we have the Kickstarter end, do it for 25 or 30 days. I'll look at which one is best for this. That way, because printing the book is not contingent on the money coming in, right?
Right.
You would get a payout that first week of August then, and that would resupplement the money that you've paid for editing and for me and for an artist. So yeah, that might be the best way to do it. That way we can take this week and that would give us 2 full weeks. Oh, this is awesome. We can start Monday doing a campaign then for the social media for the Kickstarter launch. That gives you 2 weeks of social media going out that the Kickstarter is going to launch July 1st.
Okay.
That would be really good. That would be actually really good.
Yeah, that works for me.
Cool.
For sure. So I'm trying to share this video. What do I do? Copy link or add people?
I think you just add people.
Okay, Rob.
You want me to look at it? I'll see if I can see.
What is your
send it
just
to
your email?
Yeah, send it to southgatemediagroup@gmail.com. That's the easiest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bingo.
And I should see it pop up here.
Okay, just sent it. Do you know if Lisa Jones is in Chicago?
I believe she is. She's either that or like north side of Indiana.
Okay.
Yeah, got it.
Cool.
I'm going to open it just to see that it opens. Oh, it's processing the video right now. Okay.
Okay.
It will let me know when that is done. Cool. But it's here. Cool. Okay, so I think that's all our business stuff. You're gonna have a book soon. We're in motion on the book.
Yeah.
So we need to talk about the Kickstarter, because now we have roughly 2.5 weeks before you make it live. The video is key, as we know. I will help you out with some of the artwork to figure out what we're going to put in there. I just want to go through some of these things. So first of all, Epic Mental Health, Lord of the Rings Journal. That's the name you're going with straight up.
Yep.
Okay. Self-help mental health journal for geeks, nerds, and Lord of the Rings fans. That's a great subtitle, by the way. Lots of good keywords in there too. Okay, so let's get out of this area. Project location, project image. So we're going to have an image. I will make you something for that. In fact, where is the one I made you? We can stick that tweet in there. I think it's the right size. So at least you have an image so you can get kind of a visual of what this is like.
Uh-huh.
These are super easy to change.
Okay.
Okay. Workbook prototype A. I think this is the one. In fact, this would be really good. Oh no, Phil. Okay. I'll work on that. I'll fix that. Okay. Project video. That's where we're going to drop the video. Funding goal. Do you have a goal in mind that you want to go for?
So let's break down cost. So the development project that we're working on is 15, editing is 500. I don't know what to estimate even about artworok.
Yeah, I don't know, but it might be put 300 in your head.
Total?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I might be completely off, but I think that's probably a fair assessment for the basic artwork. We're talking the cover, and who knows? She might say like, "Oh, I have some doodles, and we can put those inside." I don't know.
Yeah, and the other question then becomes like, how many images should I target?
That's why I think it matters what she says for pricing.
Right. Yeah.
Because technically, two would be awesome. More would be better. Two would be awesome though. Like if her price comes in and two is what we get, two would be a cover. Okay. A cover, and then the second image is something that goes on the page. That like, and it doesn't have to be on every one. Even if it's just, actually, it probably would go on every one. So you have your paragraph, and then you have your journal, and then something that's kind of the corner that looks like Gandalf's pipe or whatever.
Right.
That doesn't need to change from page to page.
Right.
All that does is add expense. But who knows? When you talk to her, she may have a vision and say, I can do all that. We'll call it $300. Or she might say, I will call it $500 and you get the rights to all of it. You can do all of that. And you go, great. That's a done deal.
Right.
We stick that price, we add that in here. That puts you at about $2,000 for a goal. Which all you're doing is recouping any of your costs would be taken care of then. Now ordering books, you order books, but you don't need to put that in here because every book you sell is going to make you money back.
Right. Yeah. So it'd be 2,300 with art, editing, development. I mean, yeah, again, my goal here is not to make money. It's not to become world famous. It's to put out something that's cool. Yeah. So if I broke even, I'd be thrilled.
Let's put 2,300 now.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah.
For now. There are fees from them. They take a little percentage out. You're 2,300. You're not going to break even. You're going to be just under it. Actually, you know what? Why make a funny number? Let's make it 2,500. That should cover everything that you would have to worry about: taxes, fees, any of that. Target launch date. Let's put July 1st. And okay, fixed number of days. We'll put, for now, we're putting 30. I'm going to look into it and see if 25 or 30 is best for this type of project. So I just updated those things for you. Now, when we get to rewards, you had sent me some of your reward ideas in the chat, and I found out that it doesn't save the chat.
Okay.
So if you could
copy them again.
Yeah, copy them, put them in an email.
Okay.
Is the best way. I'll start plugging those in for you. And at least then we can get kind of a visual on this. I will need you. Hold on, let me look at this. Okay, some important places, important things that you want to do. Actually, the most important thing for now is you need to write the story. Okay, the story is how you introduce your project. So you have your video, which is the visual version of this. But the project description, You talk about the project. You talk about yourself, why you do. You're actually going to talk about yourself in another section. It's going to be about Eric. And then if we have, let's say we have Lisa as the artist, you're going to have Eric, and it has your whole bio and all that. Lisa, the artist, and a bio for Lisa. Okay. That kind of stuff works really well for drawing people to these projects. The story is the description of this project, why you're doing it, how it came about. You can talk about your relationship as, in mental health. It's not your bio, it's more you're telling the story, but this you can elaborate a little bit. You can go into, it's a pandemic, we're in lockdown. I started obsessively watching Lord of the Rings and realized there are things that we could journal about that would help us. It doesn't have to be really short, it could be verbose. Okay. Unlike a lot of the other stuff that I tell you where I'm like, keep it short. This one you can be really verbose. We can even take some things like I'm looking over here. I've got the DVD box or the Blu-ray box set. Like if I just took a picture of that, you can have the text and then have a picture of the box set. Like I sat around watching this, boom, a picture of that. That it's almost like a blog post. Okay. Be verbose. We can pepper it with some images, and you're trying to draw them in with your story. A lot of marketing is storytelling. If you can tell a good story that draws people in, that gets them excited behind what you're doing, you've done 90% of your battle as a marketer. If you just say, I'm doing a book about this, no story. So tell them your story of this project and what you hope to accomplish with it. One other thing to keep in mind, I'm going to say this two ways. I always do this to you, don't I? Same two ways. First way is just write something. Okay. You're a good writer. I've read how you write. Write the story. Second thing, after you've written the story, ask yourself, do I show the reader value? What value am I bringing by them getting this book or by them supporting this? Mm-hmm. Okay. If you can't definitively answer it, that's okay. We're going to read it together and see, is there a way we can add a value statement in here that makes people go, wow. An easy value statement for something like this. Okay. So if you're writing another book, ignore what I'm about to say. This book is you can do a thing. They did it in a coaching program that I went through, but it's actually a great marketing thing. You'll notice it on websites and that once you know this little trick. You make a statement that says it has a so that statement. Okay. So I created this book for people to explore mental health through, the world of Lord of the Rings, so that they can connect so that they can connect their experiences, their mental health journey to a journey that they're familiar with and have a deep appreciation for, and blah, blah, blah. So if you can get two statements in there after the so that, what it does is it tells them like, this is the project and this is the value they're giving me. They're doing it for this reason. That would likely go at the end of your whole project description.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I can write maybe I can write a little bit about like how I started out with Chicago Nerd Therapy.
Absolutely.
And then I can write about like leading geeky guided meditations last fall. And then I can write about the Gandalf meditation that I put together and include a snippet of that.
Absolutely.
And just
you could actually put a snippet, and then if you have that as a blog post, you could actually put a link. If you're interested in reading the blog post, here's a link.
Oh yeah, great. Yeah.
So, just put that little description in, or a little snippet, and then put that link. That's good for your website too. It builds backlinks.
Sure. Yeah, so, great idea. Okay.
Yeah, I like that idea. Oh, your video looks good. It just popped up.
Okay.
Oh, I like it. Very personal. I like your framing on it. I like the lighting on it. I can't hear it, but that's because I'm plugged into the other thing. Great. Very good. I think we got something to work with.
Cool.
Hey,
Awesome.
very good. Okay, I'm going to close all that so I don't get distracted by it. Shicon, I'm going to close. We're back to this project. Okay, so story, big thing. Formatting the story, don't worry about. Write the story. I'll help you plug it in here. Okay, because the formatting, you want to have your headlines, you want to have your description, we want to throw some images in. I don't care about that right now, unless you have something that you're like, oh, I'd really like this picture in here, or I want to say this. You can do all that yourself. Doesn't matter. But if that's something that slows you down, judging from like how you write, it looks like you like to write and not worry about that part of it. Let me help you with that part.
Okay. Yeah. So like aim for like a page, would you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just be verbose. I mean, if it's 600 words, great. If it's 1,500 words, great.
Okay.
Don't write a novel.
Okay.
I would say 1,500 is a lot. Anywhere from 500 to 1,000 words is probably rock on.
Doable, easy.
Yeah. If you think about college when they had you write,
oh yeah,
I want you to answer this question. Keep it to 500 words. Okay, keep it to 500 to 1,000 words. You got used to doing that. You'll crack that off. Risks and challenges. I will help you with that. I've already got something you can say for that because there are none. You're putting the book out no matter how this works.
Mm-hmm.
So if the Kickstarter doesn't make it, okay, well, the book's still coming out. Mm-hmm. And then we'll find another way to offset costs. So there are no risks. There are no challenges here. It's happening. I've got verbiage on that though. Did you think about, now I know you did those tiers. Did you think about more tiers, or did you think about stretch goals?
Well, so some of the stretch goals I put in there were like bookmark or stickers. And then, I mean, really the most, I was looking at like stretch goals and what is wise to put as a stretch goal. And people are like, do stretch goals that you wish that you could include in the book that you just can't.
Yes.
The thing that I most want is more illustrations.
So if you get to, depending on what she says for artwork,
right,
if you get to $3,000, you can add artwork to every page.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a great stretch goal. Mm-hmm. And actually that could be higher. That could be like $1,000 more. It depends on what she says.
Right.
For artwork.
Yeah. For every additional $250, it's another piece of art to the book or something.
Oh, that's awesome. Whatever. That's awesome.
I mean, I think that's
I like that a lot.
Really going to bring it to life in complex ways, in three-dimensional ways.
Yeah, I do too. I love that. I was trying to keep your costs down by keeping the art to a minimum. Knowing what would be tasty, having a good cover and then having some little thing along the side is enough to make it like a cool, tasty piece of art. But if we can get, even if you could get like, you have 3 sections, even if at each section you had a splash page and then the section, that would be really cool. Think about it. Like, I don't know, I'm sure you've read Lord of the Rings. I had various editions of it. And like, I had those old paperbacks, the ones that had that like painting on the cover, and it's all text, but between the books, because it's like 3 books in the first one, it had like a drawing. And I remember obsessing over, like, I was reading and I was like, I'm getting to the drawing so I could stare at the drawing because the drawing was so cool. That would be like minimum number 2 if we can get a page between sections, and then obviously the more we get, the better off it is. So now those illustrations don't have to be painted in color and all of those are line drawings. So Lisa might be like, yeah, those are less expensive. I could crack those things off. We charge $100 a page or something, and you go, yeah, great. So every 250 buys us another couple of illustrations. That would be fabulous.
Right. Yeah.
Fabulous. Good. Okay. That's it on this part of it. Prepare to launch. We don't need to do any of that. Launch page. That will be, once we have some of these things in, I will help you with that. We'll add in the social badges and things. You don't need a Google Analytics tracker because you're not doing any of that. So Kickstarter, that's That's the
Cool.
deal on Kickstarter. For your social media, nothing's changed. We will start doing something next Monday.
Mhm.
Okay. And I will have that for you, at least those prototype things, so you can say, okay, this goes out. Really, it's not going to be that much. It's really just announcing the Kickstarter. And then I'll offer up a couple of suggestions if you want to add anything more. But if you're not comfortable with it, just those Kickstarter things are going to be valuable,
Okay.
real valuable. The other thing is I will have you guest on my show.
Okay.
I do a show called Go Fund This, where I talk to Kickstarters and GoFundMe's, and we'll do that. We'll do that in 2 weeks when we have a better vision on all this
Okay,
stuff, like
cool.
it's all locked in more. I'll let you know when we'll do that, but we'll do an interview on there. The interview is really easy. Basically, you introduce yourself, you tell your story. I tell everybody, read your story first and then talk. And then we'll highlight a couple of tiers. Like, these are really cool tiers I want to tell you about, and what your stretch goal vision is. So this is why we got to get this artist figured out, and that would make all the difference in the world for this part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not necessarily going to draw you. I mean, you might get some people for the Kickstarter. I don't have a huge listener base on it. I have had people tell me that they did pick up followers because of it, supporters.
Okay.
But more importantly, it gives you this amazing content that you can use for your updates, because updates are going to be critical. You're not going to annoy your audience. If you once a day write something to them, share a behind the scenes image, share a picture of your Funko Pop of Gandalf, and say like, hey, it's pop vinyl days, show off your Lord of the Rings pops.
Right.
I'm telling you, people that support you on Kickstarter feel like they're getting to know you. They feel like it's a more intimate experience.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I do with the podcast is I put the podcast as an audio podcast, but I film us. I put just a quick intro, quick outro on it, send it to you, and you can just throw it on it's a link from YouTube, and you can just throw it on your updates.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, I did an interview about this project. And I'll tell you what, those interviews get more traction than the podcast itself. I just did one. It's like one of my highest rated videos on YouTube right now. And I'm like,
oh, cool.
How'd that happen?
Yeah.
It was this little project that did well, but the person who did it was like, oh my gosh, so many people responded to that thing. And I was like, yeah, no kidding. They watched it. And the view time wasn't a minute. It was like they watched the whole thing. Like, that's incredible. So we'll do that in a couple of weeks. We'll mention it again next week, I'm sure. Do you have anything else?
How do you want me? Do you want me to just Venmo you $500, or how?
Yeah, because it all goes the same place.
Okay.
Yeah. And then yeah, cool. Yeah, we'll just do that.
Great.
And then Friday we'll be on regular time, 9:00.
9:00 check-in.
Cool. Hopefully we'll have lots of motion. And between now and then, if in the morning, oh, I'm not here Friday, so we're not going to talk Friday.
Okay.
You tell me when you want to talk.
Well, I mean, I'm happy to just like send you this story, and if there's anything you want me to do, we can just email it.
Do that, and we can go back and forth that way.
Yeah, that's fine.
Or you can always, I mean, we're friends on Facebook. You can always write me on there too. Yeah, guess what we have Friday? A funeral.
Oh,
what a shocker.
No, Rob.
No, this is a double funeral.
Oh my God.
Our friend's parents, husband and wife, mom and dad, within weeks of each other.
Oh.
Yeah. So, Eric, if you heard now that you're saying, how was your week? Holy shit. I'm not even going to go into it.
Yeah.
I'd start have to paying you for a session. Oh my God. Oh my God, I can't even say it. It's so many things. Yeah. Nobody died this week. Yeah. But the stuff that happened, I mean, Crazy. So
Please be good to yourself.
trying very hard, eating well, getting out and walking. We're
Good.
doing all those
Yes.
things. It's tricky. I forgot, like when you said, how was it? It's like, I'm blurring it out because holy shit. She said funeral. I'm like, oh, now I remember.
Right.
Great week.
Yeah.
So here's to a better week. Get your story to me, and let's stay in touch this week about it.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'll get to that to you hopefully in the next couple of days. If there's any rewrites or anything, let me know. I can hammer it out and be ready to go.
Yeah. Oh, another thing about Lisa. So I'm going to loop you in on that. I'm out of it at that point because it's your negotiation, it's your conversation. But if you want me in it, just let me know.
Okay.
If you want me, like, if whatever it is, I know that other people have done that where they're like, I gave them a bunch of advice on it or whatever, and they're like, can you talk to so and so? Like, yeah, sure, I don't care. That's no big deal. I can help you with that. It's not the negotiation part of it. It's just the scope of project, how it works, and then I do speak the language of the artists, so I would understand what they're looking for too.
Okay.
So if you need me, loop me in. If not, don't worry about it. Go for it. She seems super nice, and I mean, she's part of Guerrilla Publishing. I have yet to find somebody there that's not super nice.
Cool.
Yeah, I think she did some pages in Cryptic Closet.
Okay.
Like cover stuff. So they must feel pretty strongly about her. Julio would never steer me wrong.
Yeah, no, the artwork that you sent looks incredible too. So
all right. Off I go. Good luck with everything. Write me if you have questions, and get on that story.
Thanks, Rob. I appreciate you.
All right. Thanks, Eric.
Right.
Appreciate you. Bye-bye.